right, ready to go Strider races. 3-year-old balance bike lined up, ready to go. Gregory, Finley, Bina, Poli, Hybert. Off and running. 3-year-old balance bikes hitting the track right now. Got to be Finley and Bina side by side for that one spot. Looks like Finley's going to grab your 1. Bina's going to grab your 2. Battles on for the 3. Looks like the 965 of Hybert's going to grab your 3, followed by Gregory on that 4. Poli's going to grab your 5 spot. 1 and 2-year-old balance bikes lined up, ready to go. Hoover, Ohm, Enlow, off and running. Off and running. Everybody checking everybody out. Looks like the 69 bike's out on that top spot, followed by the 35. We're going to go with Hoover on your 1, followed by the 35 bike of Ohm on your 2. The 37 bike, Enlow on your 3 spot. Round number 2 getting lined back up. Only 2 motos of Striders, so all of our other riders should be getting ready to go. Heading back to that staging area. Three-year-old balance bikes lined back up, ready to go. Gregory, Finley, Bina, Poli, Hybert. Off and running. Bina, Finley side by side, making their way towards that Shields finish line. Looks like that 1 spot's going to go to Finley, followed by Bina on your 2. Battles on. 965 is going to grab that 3. It's going to be Hybert on your 3. Gregory on your 4. Natalie Poli's going to grab that 5 spot, coming back towards that Shields finish line. One and 2-year-old balance bikes hitting the track right now. Hoover, Ohm, Enlow. Making their way towards that Shields finish line. Looks like the 69 bike. A Hoover is going to grab your 1, followed by the 35 bike. Going to grab your 2 and the 37. It's going to be Hoover, Ohm, and Enlow. 1, 2, 3 is how they cross that Shields finish line. All of our other riders should be heading to staging right now. Riders, you should be heading to staging. Again, riders, you should be heading to staging right now. Riders, you should be heading to staging. We're going to get going right after our striders get done. Three-year-old balance bikes off and running from the Midco turn back towards that Shields finish line. Gregory, Finley, Bina, Pulley, Hybert. Two riders side by side. Looks like Finley's going to grab your one. Bina's going to grab your two. Three wide for that three spot. Looks like Gregory's going to grab your three. Followed by the 965 of Hybert and Pulley. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is how they cross that Shields finish line. They're going to head over to the toy box and grab some ices as well on their way. 1- and 2-year-old balance bikes hitting the track right now. Hoover, Ohm, Enlow. Three riders in that 1- to 2-year-old balance bike. Looks like Hoover's out on that top spot. Ohm's going to be on your 2. Enlow's on your 3 spot. They're all going to come across the Shields finish line. Come over to that toy bucket and grab an icy and a toy for the night. All right, Strider's all done. We're going to get our corner officials in place. Again, tomorrow night, first responder night here at Red River BMX, Hugo's Raceway. We'll have all the police cars, fire trucks, all through ambulance, be able to show off all their vehicles. So encourage everybody to come out. Even if they're not racing, bring family, friends out. We'd love to have them join us tomorrow night. Again, still looking for some volunteers. You can head over to registration. Saturday morning from 8 to noonish over at Ulen Softball Complex. If you're not going to Aberdeen, we'd love to have you help us out. Sunday morning as well from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. All that gate money comes straight back to Red River BMX. So it's important that we get volunteers for that. We need 4 volunteers each day. Right, looks like we are all ready to go racing. 14-year-old cruisers in the gate. Odin, Redmond, Camden, Waggle, Case, and Fincher, Ryland, Burke. Gate drops, 14-year-old cruisers hitting the track right now. Burke, Fincher, Redmond, Waggle. Burke out front of this one, Fincher on your 2, Redmond on your 3, Waggle on that 4 spot. 5 and under novices getting loaded into the gate. Vegan, Nyhart, Bina, Nyhart, and Ohm. Out of the Midco turn back towards that Shields finish line. Looks like we're going to go Burke, Fincher, Redmond, 1, 2, 3. Waggle on that 4. That's how they're going to cross the Shields finish line. Five and under novices hitting the track right now. Vegan, Nyhart, Bina, Nyhart, Noam. Oh, we lost one rider. We'll get them checked on, make sure they're okay. Vegan out on that top spot. Ohm and Venus battling side by side for that 2. Coming back towards that Shields finish line. Vegan's going to grab your 1. Battles on for that 2. Ohm's going to grab your 2. Bina's going to grab your 3 this round. Got the Nyharts back on their bikes. One rider went down. Sister stopped to check on him, make sure he was all right. Out of the mid-coat turn, coming back towards that Shields finish line. Looks like Elena's going to come across, grab that 3 spot. Colson's going to grab that 4 spot out of the mid-coat turn back towards the Shields finish line. 7-year-old novices getting ready to hit the gate. Oslin, Ohm, Tweeten, Jones, Oslin, and Irwin. Gate drop. 7-year-old novices hitting the track right now. Nora Jones out on that top spot. Looks like Tweeten's on your 2. Battle's going to be on. Making their way through the short chute into turn 2. Jones still out front. Tweeten looking for a way by. Making their way through the rhythm section. 7-year-old novices. 9-year-old novices loading the gate. Taven Halverson, Forrest Subi, Hudson Every, Charlotte Ohm, McKinley Fisher. Battle still on out of the mid-coat turn back towards that Shields finish line. Still Jones on your top spot. Tweeten looking for a way by. Last straightaway action. We'll see how this one shakes out. Jones going to come across, grab that 1, followed by Tweeten on your 2. Battle's going to be on for that 3 spot. 2 riders almost banging bars down that last straightaway. It looks like Irwin's going to grab your 3 on that 95 bike. Couple riders, 3 riders making their way into turn number 1. Looks like Halverson's out on that top spot. Every's going to take over that, go side by side for that 2 spot. Subi on your 4. It looks like the 147 bike. It's on that 3 spot. 9-year-old novice is on the track right now. Race is on. Halverson on that top spot, making its way through the mid-coat turn. 7-year-old intermediates in the gate. Vegan, Schmidt, Hoover. Coming back towards the Shields finish line. Looks like the 169 bike, a Halverson, followed by Every and the 447, a Fisher. 1, 2, 3 is how they'll cross this round. Schmidt out front of this one. Vegan on your 2. Excuse me. Hoover's on that 3 spot. 8-year-old intermediates in the gate. Bina, Schierick, and LeBlanc. Out of the mid-coat turn back towards the Shields finish line. We're going to go Schmidt. Getting a little squirrely. He's going to grab your 1. Vegan's going to grab your 2. Hoover's going to grab that 3 spot. 8-year-old intermediates on the track. Bina, LeBlanc, and Schierick. New intermediate rider moving up. Out of the mid-coat turn back towards that Shields finish line. Bina still on that top spot. LeBlanc trying to make a move. Looks like we're going to go Bina, LeBlanc, Schierick. 1, 2, 3. Gate drops. 10-year-old intermediates on the track. Redmond, Schmidt, Haig, Schierick, Tweeten, Garcia, and Irwin. Huge group of 10-year-old intermediates on the track. Looks like Redmond's out in front of this one, followed by Schmidt on your 2. Hags on that 3 spot. Irwin, Tweeten, Schierick, Garcia. All those riders making their way through the rhythm section. 14-year-old experts in the gate. Burke, Irwin, McCuskey, Fincher, Alba, and Fletcher. Out of the mid-coat turn back towards the Shields finish line. Looks like we're going to go Redmond, followed by Schmidt and Haig. 1, 2, 3. Fourteen-year-old experts on the track right now. Alba, Fincher, Burke, McCuskey. Making their way into that rhythm section. Still Alba up front. Fincher on your 2. Burke's on that 3. McCuskey on your 4. 16-year-old experts racing total points in the gate. Conley, Shazano, Wolf. Out of the mid-coat turn back towards the Shields finish line. We're going to go Alba, Fincher, Burke. 1, 2, 3. 16-year-old experts on the track. Shazano, Conley, Wolf. Shazano out in front of this one. Conley in her 2. Wolf's in that 3 spot. 26, 35-year-old experts in the gate. Burke, Irwin, LeBlanc, and Schmidt. Out of the mid-coat turn back towards that Shields finish line. We're going to go Shazano, followed by Conley and Wolf. 1, 2, 3. 26, 35-year-old experts on the track. LeBlanc, Burke battling for that 1 spot. Schmidt's on your 3. Irwin on that 4 spot. LeBlanc still out in front of this one. Burke close behind in your 2, making their way through the rhythm section. Schmidt and Irwin 3, 4. Towards the mid-coat turn, back towards the Shields finish line. Still going to be Blanc on your top spot. Burke on your 2. Schmidt's going to grab that 3, and Irwin's going to grab that 4. And that'll do it for round 1 of racing. We're going to take a quick break. If you haven't swung over to concessions, make sure you do that. Get something to eat, get something to drink. Again, first responder night tomorrow night, Hugo's Raceway. We'll have everything set up right when registration opens. Everybody can check out all the law enforcement vehicles, all the fire truck, the ambulance, everything in between. So make sure you join us tomorrow night. We also have racing. That'll be going on after. Also still looking for a few volunteers Saturday morning, Sunday morning. Saturdays from 8 till noon, Sundays from 7 to 11. Need 4 volunteers each day to collect the gate out at the state softball tournament that'll be here in Grand Forks. So if you're willing to do that for a few hours, Saturday or Sunday, please let Miranda know in concessions. She'll get you all signed up, taken care of. Again, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back for round number 2 here in just a few minutes. All right, riders, this is your 2-minute warning. Riders, this is your 2-minute warning. Get ready, head back to staging. We're going to get going with round number 2. Riders, get ready, head back to staging. We're going to get going with round number 2 here in just a minute or two. Riders, this is your 1-minute warning. We're going to get going with round number 2. Riders, 1-minute warning. All right, ready to go. Round number 2 in the gate. 14-year-old cruisers about to hit the track. Redmond, Waggle, Fincher, and Burke. Gate drops. 14-year-old cruisers hitting the track. Redmond, Burke, Fincher, Waggle. Through turn 2, Burke, Fincher, Redmond, Waggle. 1, 2, 3, 4 is how they run right now. 5 and under novice riders in the gate. Vegan, Neihart, Bina, Neihart, and Ohm. Back toward the Shields finish line. We're going to go Burke, Fincher, Redmond, and Waggle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gate drops. 5 and under novice riders on the track right now. Looks like Vegan's out on that top spot. Bina and Ohm battling side by side for that 2 and 3. Vegan still out on that top spot. Ohm in your 2. Bina in your 3. Vegan still on that top spot. Ohm on your 2. Bina's on your 3. Lane on that 4. Colson on that 5 spot. 7-year-old novices in the gate. Oslin, Ohm, Tweeten, Jones, Oslin, and Irwin. Back to the line. Looks like Vegan followed by Ohm. Bina's going to grab that 3 spot. Gate drops. 7-year-old novices hitting the track. Oslin, Ohm, Tweeten, Jones, Oslin, and Irwin. 6 riders on the track right now. Looks like Jones is out on that top spot. Irwin's going to have your 2 for now. Tweeten battling back on the inside. Going to try to take over that 2 spot into the second turn. We're going to go Jones, Tweeten, Irwin. 1, 2, 3 is how they run right now as they make their way through that rhythm section. 9-year-old novice is in the gate. Halverson, Subi, Every, Ohm, and Fisher. Coming back towards that Shields finish line. We're going to go with Jones on your 1, Tweeten on your 2. Irwin going to grab that 3 spot this round. Battles on, races on. 9-year-old novices hitting the track. Halverson, Subi, Every, Ohm, and Fisher. Every's going to take over that top spot from Halverson this round. Battle is on. Fisher, I believe, is in that 3 spot. Subi's in your 4. Ohm's in your 5. Out of the mid-coat turn back towards the Shields finish line. Looks like we're going to go Halverson, followed by Every, and the 447 of Fisher. Subi's going to pick up that 4. Ohm's going to pick up that 5 spot. And that's your 9-year-old novice. 7-year-old intermediates on the track. Vegan, Schmidt, and Hoover. Schmidt out in front of this one. Vegan on your 2. Hoover's on that 3 spot. 8-year-old intermediate's about to hit the track. Bina, Schierick, and LeBlanc. Out of the Midco turn, back towards the Shields finish line. Looks like we're going to go with Schmidt on your 1, Vegan on your 2. Hoover's going to grab that 3 spot. Bean out in front of your 8-year-old intermediates. LeBlanc's on your 2. Schierick's on that 3 spot. Schierick's first night racing that intermediate group. 10-year-old intermediates in the gate. Redmond, Schmidt, Haig, Schierick, Tweeten, Garcia, and Irwin. Out of the Midco turn, battles on. Bina going to come across, grab that 1. LeBlanc's going to grab your 2. Schierick's going to grab your 3. 10-year-old intermediates on the track. Redmond, Schmidt, Haig, Schierick, Tweeten, Garcia, and Irwin. Redmond out on top of this one. Schmidt's on your 2. Haig's on your 3 spot. Battles on. 4, 5, 6, 7 riders all on the track right now. Tweeten's going to take over that 4. Garcia back to your 5. Here comes Irwin with a head of steam. Going to go by both riders through that rhythm section. Schierick on your 7 spot. Out of the Midco turn, back towards the Shields finish line. Still Redmond, Schmidt, Haig. 1, 2, 3 is how they run out of that Midco turn, back towards the Shields finish line. Gate drops. 14-year-old experts hitting the track right now. Burke, Irwin, McCuskey, Fincher, Alba, and Fletcher. Out of the first turn, we're going to go with Alba, Fincher on your 2, Burke on your 3 spot. Through the rhythm section, still Alba, Fincher, Burke. 1, 2, 3 is how they run through turns 3, back towards Midco turn number 4. Alba, Fincher, Burke. Back towards the Shields finish line. That's how it's going to go. Alba, Fincher, Burke, 1, 2, 3. McCuskey's going to come back on that 4 spot. 16-year-old experts on the track. Conley, Shizano, and Wolf. Shizano up front right now. Conley in your 2. Wolf's in that 3 spot. (26, 35-year-old experts in the gate. Burke, Irwin, LeBlanc, and Schmidt. Coming back toward that Shields finish line, we're going to go Shizano, followed by Conley and Wolf. 1, 2, 3. Last moto, second round on the track right now. 26, 35-year-old experts. LeBlanc, Burke, Schmidt, Irwin. Back towards the Shields finish line out of that Midco turn. We're going to go LeBlanc, followed by Burke and Schmidt. 1, 2, 3. Irwin joining the dad's class tonight. He's going to come out of that Midco turn, come back towards that Shields finish line, grab that 4 spot. And that'll do it for round number 2. We're going to take a quick break. Again, if you haven't swung over to concessions yet, make sure you do that. Round number 3 is in the gate, ready to go. 14-year-old cruisers, Redmond, Waggle, Fincher, and Burke. Gate drops, Burke, Fincher side by side, Redmond, Waggle, 3-4. Five and under novice riders getting loaded into the gate right now. Vegan, Nyhart, Bina, Nyhart, and Ohm. Out of the mid-coat turn back towards the Shields finish line. Burke, Fincher side by side. We're going to go Burke, Fincher, Redmond, Waggle. 1, 2, 3, 4 is how they'll cross. Five and under novice riders hitting the track right now. Vegan, Nyhart, Bina, Nyhart, and Ohm. Five riders on the track. Vegan out in front of this one. Ohm's in your 2. Bina's in that 3 spot. Five-year-old novice is still on the track, making their way through the mid-coat turn back towards that Shields finish line. Vegan still out on your top spot. Looks like Ohm's on that 2. Bina on your 3 out of the mid-coat turn, making their way back around. Vegan's going to pick up your 1, your win tonight. Ohm's going to grab your 2. Bina's on your 3. The Nyhart crew, brother and sister, battling it out for the 4 and 5. 7-year-old novices in the gate. Oslin, Ohm, Tweeten, Jones, Oslin, and Irwin. Going to go Vegan, Ohm, Bina. 1, 2, 3 is how that one finishes up. Gate drops. 7-year-old novices on the track. Oslin, Ohm, Tweeten, Jones, Oslin, and Irwin. Looks like battle is on. Tweeten's going to take over that 1 spot from Jones. Jones going to battle back. Try take back that 1 spot. Ohm's on your 3. Nine-year-old novices in the gate. Halverson, Subi, Every, Ohm, and Fisher. Battle's still on in your 7-year-old class. Tweeten's coming out of the mid-coat turn back towards that Shields finish line. Jones is on your 2. Tweeten's going to grab your 1 this round. We'll see how those points shake out. I believe Jones is going to grab the overall 1. Ohm's going to grab your 3. Irwin your 4. Oslin on that 5 spot. Gate drops. 9-year-old novices hitting the track. Halverson, Subi, Every, Ohm, and Fisher. Looks like Halverson's going to take that 1 spot, grab the whole shot out of turn to 1. Every's on your 2. Battles on for that 3 and 4. Race is on out of turn number 2. All those riders battling in that 9-year-old novice class. Still all Halverson out in front of this one. Every in your 2. I believe that's Fisher in your 3. Subi looking for a way around to pick up that 3 or 4 spot. Garcia on your 5. Race is on, coming down the last straightaway. Looks like we're going to go Halverson on your 1 this round, followed by Fisher and Subi, 2, 3. We'll see how those points shake out. Garcia's going to come back across that Shields finish line. 7-year-old intermediates hitting the track. Vegan, Schmidt, and Hoover. Looks like Schmidt's out in front of this one. Vegan's on your 2. Hoover's on that 3 spot as they make their way through turn number 2. 8-year-old intermediate's about to hit the track. Bina, Schierick, LeBlanc. Out of the Midco turn back towards that Shields finish line. Looks like we're going to go Schmidt and Vegan side by side in round number 3. Looks like we're going to go Vegan, your 1 this round. Schmidt, your 2. I believe Schmidt's going to pick up your overall 1 based on those total points. Hoover's going to grab that 3 spot. Into turn 2, 8-year-old intermediates on the track. Bina, Schierick, and LeBlanc. Looks like Bina's out front. LeBlanc's in your 2. Schierick's in that 3 spot. 10-year-old intermediates getting loaded into the gate. Redmond, Schmidt, Haig, Schierick, Tweeten, Garcia, and Irwin. Out of the Midco turn back towards that Shields finish line still. Bina on that top spot. LeBlanc on your 2. Schierick on your 3. Gate drops. 10-year-old intermediates hitting the track right now. Redmond, Schmidt into turn number 1. We're going to go Redmond with that whole shot. He's going to take over that 1 spot. Schmidt's on your 2. Haig's on your 3. Garcia's on that 4 spot. Irwin, Tweeten, Schierick all making their way through that rhythm section. 14-year-old experts in the gate. Grant, Burke, Irwin, McCuskey, Fincher, Alba, and Fletcher. Out of the Midco turn back towards the Shields finish line. We're going to go Redmond, Schmidt, Haig, 1, 2, 3. Garcia, Irwin are going to go 4, 5. Schierick's going to grab that 6 spot. 14-year-old experts on the track right now. Burke, Irwin, McCuskey, Fincher, Alba, and Fletcher. Alba, Fincher, Burke, 1, 2, 3 is how they run through turn number 2. McCuskey, Fletcher, Irwin, 4, 5, 6, making their way through the rhythm section into that Midco turn. Down the last straightaway. Gate drops. We're going to go Alba, Fincher, Burke, 1, 2, 3. McCuskey's going to grab that 4. Fletcher's going to grab that 5. Irwin on your 6th spot. 16-year-old experts on the track. Conley, Shizano, and Wolf. Conley, Wolf side by side. Shizano airing it out into turn 2. (26) 35-year-old experts locked, loaded, ready to go. Burke, Irwin, LeBlanc, and Schmidt. Out of the Midco turn back towards the Shields finish line. We're going to go Conley, Shizano, Wolf, 1, 2, 3. That's how that one will end. We'll see how the points shake out. LeBlanc, Burke, Schmidt, Irwin. Last moto of the night. Out of the Midco turn back towards the Shields finish line. Looks like we're going to go LeBlanc on your 1. Schmidt on your 2. Burke's going to grab your 3 this round. Irwin your 4. That'll do it for racing tonight. Appreciate everybody coming out again. We need volunteers Saturday and Sunday morning. Saturday 8 till noon. Sunday from 7 to 11. It's really easy. You sit in a chair, collect money of people coming to that state softball tournament. So if you're available, please find Miranda in registration or Megan over by registration. Miranda's over in concessions. Also, first responder night tomorrow night. All the law enforcement agency, fire, all true, everybody will be here. So make sure you come out tomorrow night. Check out first responder night. We appreciate everybody joining us, and we will see you tomorrow.